Mike Evans wants a new Bucks contract by week 1. And this is a little interesting because when you look at Mike Evans, where he's at right now in his NFL career, where you know that he's been a top wide receiver 1, you know that he's one of the most respected wide receivers in the game. You know he is the model of consistency in the NFL. You wonder why guys coming out and just maybe kind of randomly wanting a new contract by week 1, but apparently this has been going on for a little while. So which agents said that when Mike Evans became a Buck, he promised a Super Bowl and to be a Buccaneer for life. He's clearly fulfilled one of the two, as Tom Brady came over in the COVID season, won the Super Bowl with them, thus making Mike Evans a champion. And Mike wants to deliver on his promise of being a Buck for life. The agent says that, he will play elsewhere in 2024 if no deal is reached, because Mike Evans wants the next phase of his career to be with an organization who wants him and wants to help him win a Super Bowl. Mike Evans' numbers speak for himself. 9 straight 1,000-yard seasons with the Bucs, the first player in NFL history to ever do that to start their career. He's third in NFL history for most 1,000-yard seasons, behind Jerry Rice, 14. Very possible that he can catch him, and Randy Moss with 10. If he does another 1,000 or has another 1,000-yard season this year, he'll tie Randy Moss, and we know that that'll be all over the record books for him. Now, Mike Evans also owns, of course, as we know, just about every Buccaneers franchise receiving record. Most career touchdowns is 81, most career receptions 683, and most career receiving yards with 10,425. But Mike Evans' agent, Derek Gilmore, by the way, said the Bucs don't want to pay 2 receivers over $20 million a year. We obviously know about Chris Godwin, who's a Pro Bowl wide receiver for the Buccaneers. He's entering his second season of a 3-year, $60 million deal with $40 million guaranteed. So in my opinion, for them to not pay Mike Evans and obviously choose to pay Chris Godwin, we know, I'm pretty sure anyways, that Godwin is the younger receiver. Edmonds has been there longer. And I just personally believe that, Mike Evans has done more for the team, especially over an extended amount of time, than Chris Godwin has. But you ask yourself, is this move justified from Mike Evans, just kind of coming out and saying he wants this new contract before week 1? Because he's also on record per ESPN report saying, I don't want to cause a tiff with my team. I don't want to be there, or excuse me, I don't want to not be there and make things difficult. I want to be there to support Baker, to support the team, and ultimately have my, squad in a position to win. But he's entering the final season of a 5-year, $82.5 million extension that he signed back in March of 2018. And we surely know since that point that the market for wide receivers, let alone the paydays in the NFL, have went up significantly when you take a look at the numbers. And apparently they've been working on this deal for over a year. But considering that he does want to be a Buccaneer for life, I think really that's the only reason that this move is being pushed, because this offense is really bare outside of the couple of receivers that they do have. And I have respect for the offensive line. I understand that they're trying to find their way with the running back and tight end room, but I don't trust any combo of Baker Mayfield and only the second quarterback they have on the roster, and Kyle Trask, to take this team far, let alone Todd Bowles being a defensive-minded head coach. And again, I do have them per my NFL predictions. We're going to get into the complete entirety of those right after this segment. I do have them going 6-11, so they will pick high next year. But you look at the new contracts that, excuse me, Tampa has coming up as well. You've got Levante David, Devin White, Antoine Winfield Jr. at the safety position, who was a rookie not long ago, and left tackle Tristan Wirfs, who has performed at a very high level, arguably one of the best linemen already in the league. They're all due for contracts in 2024, and those are all very key players of a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team as well. And we even saw Devin White in the offseason. He kind of made some waves, publicly requested a trade, but ultimately he will play out his 5th-year option in 2023. And the unfortunate thing about them paying Mike Evans is they're actually still paying Tom Brady. Tom Brady's contract is still active here for the Bucs anyways. He counts $35 million against the salary cap this year. There's $76.76 million in dead money in 2023, is the most of any team in the NFL. So that's literally money they have to pay that they can't do anything about. Now, they are projected to have $46.91 million in cap space next season. Million in salary cap space next season. So that will be solid for them to be able to go out and make a move and possibly be kind of a middle tiered, team able to make moves in free agency. But is it really a thing of the Bucks need to hurry to get this done, or how badly do the Buccaneers need to get this done? And excuse me, I think if they want to make a move in the draft next year, since I think they're going to be picking high, having a 6-11 record, and take a highly touted quarterback, whether they try to make a steal for a Shadur Sanders or they get in the mix for Caleb Williams or Drake May or Quinn Ewers. Yeah, I think it's Quinn Ewers, out of Texas, whatever the case might be with these quarterbacks. And yeah, bring Mike Evans back in, just take your lumps this year, draft some weapons or trade for some weapons in the near future if maybe you're feeling it at the trade deadline, whatever the case might be. And keep this mostly Super Bowl squad together. Again, outside of Baker Mayfield, the defense is still absolutely loaded. And I think the offense realistically just needs a couple of pieces and might even be a quarterback and just 1 to 2 offensive pieces away, mainly tight end or running back, of course, quarterback as well, from being NFC contenders. But they could easily use him at the trade deadline to get capital or whatever the case may be with an NFL team coming in that needs a wide receiver one. Because I feel like Tampa's kind of on this fine line, right? Like they brought Brady in, and just with adding the quarterback, let alone the best quarterback in NFL history, they won a Super Bowl, even if it was in the pandemic season. But after Brady leaves, yes, you bring in Baker Mayfield. Of course, you lose Leonard Fournette and you don't have Rob Gronkowski. I actually forget that Fournette and Gronkowski did come in and play well that season and provide a lot for them. I don't feel like they're still far off from a Super Bowl. Yes, head coach, of course, in Todd Bowles. But roster wise, defense is still loaded. And I know I'm probably asking for a lot with, just another quarterback to get you there and a tight end or a running back. But I'm calling a spade a spade. The facts are the facts in the NFL. And if the Bucks could make that type of move, they could possibly get back to that Super Bowl contending level. But, at the end of the day, I wanted to do Mike Evans landing spots, but we can save that for another day. I wouldn't be shocked if you see Mike Evans realistically as a big time trade commodity at the deadline for a team in need of a wide receiver one. Pay Mike Evans, respectfully what he's asking for. He's not a major harborer of money in the NFL, but he is a wide receiver one at the end of the day, a guy that does have 9 straight 1,000-yard seasons, whether it was just a little over 1,000 yards or 12, 13, 1,400 yards in a season for his career. Mike Evans is one of the best deep ball catchers in the league, one of the best deep threats in the league, one of the best high pointers in the league, very long, lanky, physical, and overall a guy that has a lot of respect. And I think if Tampa does want to keep that offense in any sorts that they have a game plan for, you re-sign him. If you're not feeling it, if maybe you're about to tank because you're just going for a total reset, you won the Super Bowl, why not? Let's bring in young talent, which they do have a good bit of. Then maybe they try to tank. Who really knows? I'm not sure. But I did think that Mike Evans wanting a new contract before week 1 was something that definitely held weight, because he's arguably their best player right now.